So I grew up eating traditional Chinese food. So I love my rice. I eat rice almost every day growing up, and even now I have to eat it 2 or 3 times a week, or I just don't feel right. Whereas for some of my friends, even though they grew up eating rice, they're actually sick of it. So the dish I'm going to make today is a Chinese dish called mapo tofu, but some people call it mapo tofu and mabo tofu, so there's lots of different ways of pronouncing it. But I cooked this dish a lot when we were living in Japan because eggplant seemed to be one of the cheapest vegetables that was in abundance, so we used to cook it, and it's really, really easy to cook. So I've already chopped up some of the ingredients. So I've got some garlic, onion, eggplant, and spring onions, and some minced pork. And my mum always says to marinate meat first beforehand before cooking it because it seems to add a bit more flavour to it. So her standard are those 3 in terms of soy sauce, sugar and pepper. So whenever I don't know what to put in, I just chuck that in first. So I'm gonna heat it up and we're gonna get going. Okay. I tend to like to kind of follow recipes the first couple of times and then afterwards change it a little bit, or if I can't remember it. Like this recipe, I can't quite remember everything from the start, so I kind of just made it up. Which is the way my mum cooks anyways, because when I first asked her how to marinate the meats and what sauces to use, and I asked her how much, she just said, oh, I don't know, just, a couple of splash of the soy sauce in the wok. So what's gone in so far is the minced garlic and then the diced onion, and now I've chucked in the meat. So we're just going to keep browning the meat, and once the meat's a little bit more cooked, I'll put in our eggplant just so that can start cooking down and absorb some of the meat juices that are coming out of the pork.
正当婷的豆腐菜式煮得沸腾的时候，美食评论家 Juliet 在厨房里面给予她妈妈 Masala 一些指导。
I think it's the Chinese saying that whoever cooks in the kitchen first will always cook in the kitchen. So I thought, and then because my mum she didn't really know how to cook then, no,
you didn't know how to cook
something.
Yeah, you know how to cook. What are you talking about?
And my dad was just like because then my dad didn't really like my mum's cooking, so but he lived with it, and her cooking's getting better and better each day, and bigger.
虽然 Juliet 喜欢对她妈妈发号施令，爸爸 Jason 明显也不是一个大厨。
Jason in the kitchen? Yeah, he can make instant noodles. He can make some Chinese-style noodles, just boil the noodles, put some eggs and vegetables in, and he can do that.
But sometimes he just does half of it, and then he tells my mum to do the rest.
During the weekday, I do the cooking because I'm working from home. I got Asian Promise website.
I do most of the cooking at home. Yeah, but from time to time, Ian also cooks some Western meal at home, and particularly he's good at dessert. Yeah. Yeah, so if we're going to cook dessert, he will be the one.
He never say he doesn't like my cooking, so I wouldn't say that either. I tell you sometimes I'm not very keen. I'm sorry. He's not.
当男生们终于走进厨房的时候，不仅仅能联系父子情谊，也意味着巧克力的时间到了。
So we're going to be baking a chocolate cake today, and Leah's going to give me a hand. And we've just turned on the oven to 160 degrees. Now we just need to get the cake tin out. So if you could get that out there.
There we go.
Now, we'll put it on number 1 for around about 30 seconds. So this is just to make sure you don't put it on too fast, otherwise all the flour and all the mixture all comes up into your face.
Can you help me hold it?
Hold the bowl.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
So I think mixing is just a bit like the way we've come together as a family, Leah. To be able to mix up the two different cultures to come up with something really special. Do you think that's right?
Yeah. Variety.
Variety, that's right. Makes things much more interesting. Okay, just bring the cake over here, Leah. Careful as you go.
Sure.
And pop it on the top shelf there.
So that one?
Yep, that one there.
Good, I'm wearing these.
It's very hot in there otherwise.
Burning.
Very hot. And do that, and just put the oven gloves back on there.
I'm very lucky to have someone like Richard, and he's very flexible to the food I'm cooking, and again, his attitude to the difference, make our relationship very easy. And no matter what I'm cooking, and he always, accept it and respect it, and appreciate it.
Cheers. Cheers. Have a good day.
无论我们自身有多么忙碌，所有的家庭都知道，在同一张饭桌上进行晚餐是他们生活中非常特别的一部分。美食常常可以把人聚在一起。
I probably would say this is the most important thing in our life. And this is the time where we show we care about each other, we support each other, we share the knowledge, and we do things together through the dinner tables. We talk about what we learned, what we found, what we're doing, and what they're doing. And sometimes there are opportunities come through, and then we just work together on that. And most important thing is really just to have these enjoyable moments with the people we love.
We always try to make sure we eat at the dinner table when we can. Sometimes that's not possible, but particularly at weekends, make the effort to sit around together or make sure that we don't just eat and jump up. Ask Leah what he's done at school, find out a bit more about what's been going on, find out about each other's days, and then you find some interesting things that you just wouldn't have found out otherwise.
Everyone likes food, we like food, and we like to have fun over the food, talk over the food. So, it is important. It does bring the family together.
休息过后，玛莎拉和 Juliet 带我们走进捷克共和国。